Anthropic released a new Claude tool called Advisor. And what Advisor does is it basically allows Claude to consult a second, typically stronger model at key moments during a task. And in the docs, it says that Advisor fits long, multi-step tasks where the turns are routine, but plan quality determines the outcome. So essentially what this new architecture does is that if you want to save money on your large Anthropic bill, instead of using the largest, most expensive model, such as Fable 5, to do a seemingly simple task, such as adding a dark light theme to your web page, or maybe adding some search bar, essentially creating a task that doesn't need the most intelligent model because it's simply overkill. And in the docs, you can choose a main model with an accepted advisor that are theoretically stronger than what the main model is. So for example, we can use Haiku 4.5 as the main model, but then if we want to check if the code was done properly, it will refer to the advisor such as Fable, Opus, and Sonnet to check its work and make any changes necessary. So in this video, I had Claude come up with the same prompt for 3 different models. So this prompt is just a ball bouncing physics problem where there's smaller balls and larger balls, and it just simulates real physics. And so I ran the same prompt 3 different times, but with 3 different models. So the first one, I ran this solely with Haiku 4.5. The second one, I ran solely just with Claude Opus 4.8. And this last one, I ran the executor as Haiku 4.5, but the advisor was Claude Opus 4.8. And so Haiku would periodically ask Opus 4.8, hey, does this look good? And Opus 4.8 would give it feedback. So with that being said, let's go through each example and let's reveal the results. So this is the first result, and this is Claude Haiku 4.5. The build time took about 114 seconds. It took about 206,000 tokens, and the total cost for running the simulation was about 30 cents. So overall, I mean, the physics look really strong. I think this is wrong where it shows wall penetration events, meaning the balls fly out of the actual box. But that actually doesn't happen in this use case. There's definitely a bug on how the algorithm is calculating what balls have been penetrated. I need to look into how it's actually calculating the penetration events, but either way, that number is just wrong because this to me looks pretty accurate from a physics point of view. The kinetic energy always stays the same, so none of these balls are losing momentum. So next up is Claude Opus 4.8. Once again, we had the same exact prompt, but Claude 4.8 interpreted these stats to be placed out here instead of out here from Haiku. But either way, this also looks pretty good physics-wise. How many physics steps were taken, as well as the kinetic energy remaining the same. The build time here was about 200 seconds, almost double the time it took Haiku to generate this result. The overall input tokens was about 232,000 tokens, and the total cost was about $1.50, almost 5 times more expensive than Haiku. Comparing to the 2 prompts, I mean, the only big difference I see are obviously the colors of the balls, as well as the size of the balls. I think Opus generated smaller ball sizes, maybe just a tad, than Haiku. But overall, this looks pretty good. And so our last example should be a middle ground between both these 2 extremes. So we have Haiku as the cheapest model, as well as Opus 4.8 as one of the higher models. So overall, we have 2 examples on both extreme ends. And so through this orchestration, we should probably get an example that falls in between these 2 extremes, right? So let's take a look at our third example. So first, I'm going to refresh this to give you a proper example of how the sim is acting. So at first, this looks totally fine, right? But then we see that the balls start to drift toward the corners of the rectangle. This is not good. So with this run, once again, same exact prompt as the other 2. The executor in this case was Haiku 4.5, and the advisor was Claude Opus 4.8, the one that made this example. So overall, the build time took about 280 seconds, which is about 50% than Claude Opus 4.8, and almost 3 times longer than Haiku 4.5. You can see that the amount of executor tokens it took was about 366,000 tokens, which once again is about 1.5 times than Opus 4.8 itself, and almost 2 times as much as Claude Haiku 4.5. It made 3 advisor calls to Opus 4.8. And with each call, we also burn more tokens. So about 58,000. So overall, with both these tokens combined, we burned about 400,000 tokens, doubling Claude Haiku 4.5. And the cost of this did land in between both Haiku 4.5 and Claude Opus 4.8 at about 90 cents. It was cheaper than solely using Claude Opus 4.8, but obviously the results did not look good. So I was curious what Haiku asked Opus 4.8 for the advisor calls, and here are the 3 calls that happened. So call number 1 was that before any code was written, Opus wrote the whole architecture for it. So do pre-frame checks at 900 pixels per second ball moves, guard the impulse formula so already separating balls don't get re-injected with energy, and then iterate ball cluster resolution to a fixed pass cap. And once that happened and Haiku created its first test, we had a second call. So it said that Haiku had a wall penetration counter firing and was about to go rationalize the numbers as a measurement error. Opus shut that down directly and diagnosed the actual bug. Ball to ball collision moves ball by remaining time in advance that never rechecks walls after. So a ball resolved mid-step can get pushed straight through a wall uncaught. It probably caught this bug, which is the algorithm that Haiku uses to calculate the actual wall penetration. And then call number 3 happened where the penetration was still occurring. So it said Haiku saw that the logic wasn't precise. Opus corrected that mistake and then gave a further fix. So once again, it gave it instructions to Haiku, and that probably introduced the corner clustering bug that we currently see in this example. So my concluding thoughts are that with this one simple example, even though in theory the advisor tool sounds great, I still think there is probably a lot of tweaking that needs to happen from Anthropic side to get the models to hand off the context much better, as we can see that there's still a large issue here. So even though this is great in theory, I am personally not going to use the handoff model just yet. Let me know your thoughts on this new advisor skill and whether you've seen success on your end. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.